Hey guys, Eric Fleming here. Going to talk to you about Hot Route 3. All right, everybody, we are at the start of Hot Route 3, and where I'm standing right now is the junction point between opening salvo and number 2 pencil right over there. We just passed that. Going forward, climb Blue CW, bottom to top. Why it's called Blue CW, I'm really not sure. I didn't name the segment. I'm guessing it means clockwise. As you look at the map, it's going clockwise. And so this is where we're gonna start. So right down here, I'm at the lowest point in this valley here. You can see this tree is marked blue. This is the less steep way that we just went for Hot Route 1, towards out of the gate. And this is the way we're gonna go for Hot Route 3. So one thing I will say about this chute, if you guys are downhilling, just try to consider going the long way rather than down this hill. And the reason being is that there's not too much soil left in here. There's a lot of roots that are exposed and it's getting more eroded every year. So we're gonna be using this climb a lot in the future. So don't skid, all right? All right, making your way up that climb. You're gonna come around this bend and head up the climb over here, which is the front half of the out of the gate climb. This trailway that you see here is the flats on out of the gate, which we just went for Hot Route 1. And then this is the way we're gonna go up once more for Hot Route 3. Okay, we're gonna be coming up this climb. I am standing right at the apex of the turn for Blue, which was also the gate start for Hot Route 2. And we're gonna be heading up the same way that we go up. Again, get used to this climb. There's a couple of different lines in here. Line selection is crucial as always. You gotta find what works for you, what's gonna get the grip, and what's gonna conserve the most energy. Okay, coming up the hill, I am now standing in the middle of Climb Blue CW, and this is where it starts to get steep. We're gonna go up the exact same way that we just went up for Hot Route 1. And I'm about 50 feet up the track. I'm still in Climb Blue CW. The new line, as most of you guys have found out, is right here to the left. This top shelf left has came about a couple of years ago, and it's pretty much the established route now. To the right here was the old way, sort of corroded, a lot of exposed root and rock there, certainly slower. This is a lot steeper, a little bit harder in a way, but a little bit more direct connect. But this is the way that we'll be racing most likely, unless, of course, you can figure out a way to do this fast, which you're welcome to do. All right, at the summit, we are staring straight ahead. This is the exact same way we just went down for Hot Route 1. We're heading towards Orange, we're heading towards Snaggle, we're heading towards Snaggle Alt. The idea for this one is to be a little bit more of a direct connect. Fastest way up, fastest way down. I think it's gonna help in case it rains. It's gonna be easier to ride. It might be less of a technical challenge for us, but I feel like it's gonna be rideable no matter what the conditions are. So it'll keep it fun, it'll keep it exciting, and the challenge is gonna be this one's probably gonna be a bit longer. So we'll see who that favors. All right, we are in Snaggle Alt. To my right over there is Orange, where we just came down. Heading straight ahead is Snaggle Alt. You're gonna go over that rock, you're gonna go over that tree, it's a little bit further down, and into that deep chute. That's a whole lot of fun and pretty easy again. To ride when it's wet, not a challenge. All right, in the chute for Snaggle Alt, straight down. It's a drag race from top to bottom. This is the fastest way down, should be less than a minute. It rained pretty good last night and there is plenty of grip in here, so I'm confident that everyone can get a good race, nice and safe. Lay their best time down here, shouldn't be an issue. Okay, coming out of the chute, down in Snaggle Alt, you got this crazy rock feature thing here, which quite honestly, I think if you're hitting it at speed, you're gonna land like 20 or 30 feet down. So I don't suggest that. The go round is right here. It's very fast. The berm is built up. You could see that pink ribbon that's right on that tree. That's a good visual marker for this really nice sweeping apex turn. And you can keep all your speed, head down into that sand pit down there, and keep your momentum into the flat. Okay, finishing up the sprint, coming out of Snaggle. You're going to end up at this point, which should be familiar to everybody. I like to call it Lower Summit because it's the juncture between Head of the Tick and Lower Swayze, which heads down this way to the left, Meadow to the center, and Boulder Dash to the right. We are going to go down into the Meadow, which is one of my favorite tracks on the hill. Sort of underrated. There's a lot going on in there. And once again, very safe to ride in the wet. So I think it should be a lot of fun and offer a lot of challenge. Okay, we're about midway through Meadow here, and we're at this really loose, sandy, rocky, gravelly climb here, which I think everybody has had a problem with at some point or another. You can see there's a few helper rocks that have been installed over the years. I definitely suggest you use them. And once you do get up to the top, you'll see there's a really nice shelf that's on the right-hand side in the grass, and there's plenty of grip in there. And if you can make it there safely, you can get right back onto your sprint and carry a lot of speed into the more technical section of the track. All right, a little further down in Meadow, you will notice this giant rock here. You can take it. I don't think it's going to be any faster. The line is really a go around to the right, and then we're going to head down into the jumps, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Okay, further down in Meadow, you will notice a giant tree has fallen and is now blocking the second jump. The first jump is staring you right in the face. It's only about 4 or 5 feet. Very safe, very comfortable. The line is down to the right. You can kind of see it here, but ride it a few times and check it out. If you go to the left, you're going to go into the tree, so please don't do that. Also, if you're uncomfortable doing the jumps, don't do them. We don't have any medical support here, obviously, so don't take chances that you don't need to. It's only going to save you a couple of seconds at most. So just, there's a very, very safe line to the left of the jump here. Just go around it, boogie down to the chute to the right of that tree, that down tree that I was mentioning just before, and then just pedal your butt off up the hill afterwards and try to make up time there. But if the jump isn't for you, don't feel like you need to do it. You don't. Okay, wrapping up Meadow. If you were to go to the right, this is the more traditional loop, going around the track, heading down towards the chute, towards Southside Flats. We are not going that way. We are going this way. This is left. This is Sea Otter. Sea Otter is one of the best sprint tracks on the hill. Again, super underrated. Not too many guys ride it. I don't know why, but they don't. But we're going to for Hot Route 3, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. A little bit further down, there's a drop, so we're going to talk about that in just a second. All right. This is Sea Otter right here. At my fingertip, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but there is a drop there. It is not very tall. It is only about 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet, to a sort of rooty backside, but it's very smooth and sort of simple to do. If it's beyond your skill set, go to the left right here. There's a nice sweeping apex. I'm telling you that it's very, very fast. You are not going to lose a whole lot of time. Again, don't ride over your head. Don't feel ashamed. If it's beyond your skill set, that's fine. You worry about that another time. But for the sake of the race, you're already probably going to be 6-7 minutes into the run. You might be tired. This drop may not be your thing. Do the go round. No shame in that. Okay, so this is the chute. That's the drop that I am pointing at. As you come down here, I want to show this to you guys in detail, okay? So, facing down the chute, you are going to make a quick left and then a quick right down the access road right here, okay? Once more, looking at the access road, you are not going to go this way. This is heading back up towards Lower Summit. This is Southside Flats to my right. You're going to come down the chute. You're going to make a quick left and a right-hand turn, and you're going to head down this access road, and there's some fun stuff ahead, which we're going to get to in just a minute. Okay, down after the sprint in Sea Otter, you'll see a fork in the track. It's going left and it's going right. The right is the access trail that leads you to the Sawmill Parkway. Do not go that way. Go left. Look, there's a tree right here. It's marked red. Practice the track. Look at the map. If you haven't ridden this before, ride it a couple times and practice. But here's where we're gonna get into some good stuff here. This is a very, very blind turn, so just be careful. Usually not a whole lot of traffic coming. This is one of the least trafficked areas in the park, and that's one of the reasons why I selected it for this run. It's super fun, it's speed too, so I think it's gonna be awesome racing. All right, only about 20 or 30 feet down, we are to the right over here is the dirt jumps, the old ones. And then this is a little remnant of the dirt jump park. So we're gonna hit that, and that's a lot of fun. Don't worry, there's no gap there. There's nothing to clear. It's a tabletop, it's super smooth. You're going to hit this berm, which I'm standing on the top of. Hopefully you're going really, really, really fast. You're gonna carry yourself right over this jump. There is a log pile that you need to manage after that. And now you are going to be in reverse Swayze, which is not a super popular trail, but again, super fun. So enjoy it. It's going to be the final climb of the run. Okay, we are in reverse Swayze. This here that I'm looking at is the rock drop, which some of you guys know if you've ridden lower Swayze. We're going the opposite direction here, and the climb is just to the left of the rock drop here. So you're going to come around the turn. You're going to be staring this wall in your face. It's not very tall at all. It's only maybe 25, 30 foot at max. And the climb, like I said, is to the left. There's a couple of helper rocks. Definitely use them. Just get your momentum. This can get a little slick, but there's plenty of grip in there, even on a wet day. This back here can get soft. So if it's the day after a rainstorm, maybe that's not the time that you're going to go do your hot run. Maybe you're just going to do some practice then. But this is all climbable, virtually any conditions that we get, and hopefully it won't be too bad in the next couple of weeks, but if it is, it's one of the reasons why I selected this route. Okay, making our way through reverse Swayze. You'll see as we go up this bump right here, this is sort of a natural slalom that's been bermed up over the years. I've filled in the cuts. Look, please don't ride them. They're visible, they're highly visible. It's obvious that people are using them. I've tried to fill in them as best as I can. I know that people will take every advantage they get. All I can say is that this one is not worth it. It's maybe a second or two. The outside way is more fun to ride. It gives you a little bit more grip, a little bit better chance heading up the hill. And it's just in the spirit of the ride, spirit of the race. So don't take these cut lines. You can see there's one right here. I'm gonna fill this one in shortly. I mean, all I can say is don't ride it. Use your best judgment. That is obviously not the way to go when we end up racing this going the other way. This is the way. This is what we're gonna be climbing up. You're gonna be coming up from where my bike is, coming around that berm, heading up the hill. All right? Okay, reverse Swayze, coming up from the bump. We are now on this little ridge. Down this way is red towards those dirt jumps. To the left here, this is head of the tick, or what's known as extra credit after Snaggle. It's that little sprint, it's that access road, that double track, and then this little offshoot here is what we're gonna come down. Now, when you make this turn, when you make this left-hand turn, look way ahead. In case there's somebody coming down the hill, coming down fast, you want to announce yourself well in advance so they see you. Just be careful. This is like the only part on the track that's sort of a little dangerous just in terms of traffic. So just be mindful. When you're up here on this bump here, you're looking way ahead, you're listening, using all your senses, and just making sure that you're being safe, because you're going to be coming up and then they're going to be coming down. And they're going to be going a whole lot faster and having a whole lot more momentum than you will. Okay, so here we are at the finish. You're going to be coming up from that access road once again, coming down off that berm, out of reverse Swayze, full tilt, and I would suggest, this is where the finish is going to be, but I would suggest that you sprint through and either go back into Meadow or Boulder Dash or up Snaggle, one of the three, just to make sure that your time registers. Don't finish back here. Don't think that your time is going to count if you cross that rock, because it may not. Everybody has missed a segment on Strava before, so just try to do that. And that's it, guys. That's Hot Route 3. I hope you love it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think the times are going to be super close, and I'll see you guys out there on the track, okay?